Hello everybody, this one's going in completely blind. This is the Urgot versus Nidalee matchup with the new Nidalee changes.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
So yeah, I held the AMA and it came out very well. What am I gonna talk about? Right, so anyway, it went to the front page for an entire day, and that was completely baffling, but I ended up speaking with the LP and so on and so forth. Really great. And now, quite unfortunately, it seems that most everybody in ranked notices me. I'm not sure how to feel about that. But anyway, this is the Urgot versus Nidalee matchup. With the new Nidalee changes, she's become kind of a whole nother champion. She has a different dynamic. See, it used to be, hey, she'd just group up, level 18, mid lane, hey, well, just siege. Her team fights were pretty good. Well, not good, great. But Riot further defined her role as more of a split pusher. And so now she has a very hard time in team fights because she has to get in and, well, in her Puma, whatever it is, form to deal basically any damage, and her heal doesn't do much either. So now she's confined to more of a split pusher role. And in the early game, she has a ton of damage. So her goal is to snowball a little bit, get a couple kills. Otherwise, she falls pretty far behind. So you have to keep this in mind when playing against Nidalee, and in most cases, play pretty safe. I don't know what I'm doing here. Maybe testing the waters. This is the first time I played against the new Nidalee. I suppose I wasn't so prepared for that damage, and I don't know why I went for that caster minion. But anyway, my flash is down. If you hear any wiggling or anything, that's my cat in front of my computer. So I definitely start this out on the back foot. No doubt about it. And I'm completely pushed up, so you've gotta harass a little bit. Oh, Nocturne's coming. Didn't notice that at all. And Lee counter gank. Hopefully nothing bad comes of this. Okay, nothing too bad. And bot lane died. So Lee Sin is pushing this out, and he's looking to just dive me completely. There's a giant minion wave, which means it's very hard for me to counter this. In the meanwhile, Lee Sin seems to be spending time frolicking around Nocturne instead. Maybe kind of a mistake on his part. He perhaps could have dived me, but I'm not so sure about that. Now, CSing on the turret with Urgot is an art in and of itself. You've gotta really work on that. And it came out fairly well this game. It's 4 minutes and 19 seconds, and I have the second most CS, even despite being basically what would seem to be zoned, or at least just put into a very high pressure scenario. Nidalee, on the other hand, has been trying to harass me way too much. She's been completely focusing on it. She wants to get kills, and it's completely understandable. Ooh. Okay, so speaking aside from the whoa. Right, so I'm just gonna back it up here. I need to explain what happened. So what happens here is she hits a spear on me. As Urgot, it's very, well, anyone, whenever you're near the turret, it's actually kind of a good idea, maybe, to be hit by a spear, because that entices Nidalee to jump in at you, because she has a lot of damage. And so she does this, but Urgot in turn does a whole lot of damage at level 4, and mixed with the turret, there's so much. She tries to turn around to do a little extra damage, maybe hopefully finish me off, but she misses because I'm too far away, and that just completely doesn't work. My ghost and flash are down, she flashes away, so unfortunately I'm not able to chase her down and kill her. Even so, I asserted my dominance. Really good. But she's staying. Okay, so I have a mana potion going. Okay, I kind of tanked that on purpose. Ooh, God, no! I'm gonna die. Right. So, I should have predicted that Nidalee was going to pounce in. I missed my A because I thought she was out of range. Even so, we traded kills, and she used Ignite. So that is a 1 trade on my part. Alright, so I pick up a tier of the goddess and go a little... Wait a minute. Oh, okay, I'm also going for a longsword. Alright, that makes sense. Right, Doran's Shield and Crystalline Flask. This against Nidalee is really good because her poke is incredible, especially with those auto attacks. That's where the Doran's Shield comes in, reduces the damage from those. And then, in case she is able to land a spear on me and then pounce in, I've got my Fairy Charm. And that will bring me back up to a reasonable amount of health to continue to stay in lane. If you hear any screaming in the distance, that's because this is kind of an apartment building. And it's summer. Pools are on the rage. Okay, so she hits level 6 before me. Take control of this camera. I'm able to force her a little away with my Noxian Corrosive Charge because I hit it. She doesn't want to stay too close after I've hit that, because otherwise she knows she's going to take a lot of damage. And she also knows from experience from hitting her spear and going straight in, that doesn't quite work. I've got my ghost up, so if I do some damage, then I can follow up and look for something here. That was a warning shot. No doubt about it. Alright, so when those minions are bound to die from the tower anyway, and you have some mana to spare, make sure to just Q auto attack right before the tower attack hits. Alright, we hit one! I decide not to use my shield because I figure that she's going to switch to the Puma form, or whatever it is, and pounce away immediately anyway, thus wasting some of my mana. She hits level 7 before me. I expect that she would try. Never mind. My ghost and flash are up. What about her? She doesn't have anything up. I miss again. Spam laugh. Always do that whenever you miss. It's necessary. So this lane so far is kinda going on regularly. She hit it. I missed my Noxian Corrosive Charge. She's winning this trade. I am able to hit enough auto attacks and acid hunters to make it to turn it back a little bit, but even so, not so much. Ooh, good, I hit one. And I use shield, walk forward. No. I figured, I suppose, she would go all the way instead of turning back a little bit first. She was a little hesitant. I wonder why. Aha! Good streak. Yeah, against Nidalee, it's hard to keep her down unless she chooses to stay in the area. So, basically, in most cases, don't even waste your mana on shield, because that would slow her, but... there we go. Right. With all these hit knocks and corrosive charges, I've begun to wear her down. She's low on mana, her heal doesn't do so much anymore. Oh wow, that is not much at all. Alright, now am I looking to engage? Yes. Flash. Alright. So, what happens here? Always be looking for opportunities. You can do a lot with Ghost and Flash. This time I only needed Flash. But just look to chase people down. You don't have a lot of burst damage. At least not in the beginning. But you can wear them down and gradually, over time, do a lot of damage. The Flash there was just enough to get me in range to use Hyperkinetic Position Reverser. And then, there was absolutely nothing she could do. I didn't have much mana, but I was able to finish her off with auto attacks. And she didn't go. Oh, bugger. Okay. Additionally, when you do something like this, it's quite possible that the enemy jungler may just be in the area. Oh, please, no! Okay. And so, because the enemy jungler is likely to be in the area, you kind of want to get away as soon as possible. Had I predicted that, I would have been as safe as can be and just popped Ghost immediately. I would have run right from the turret to my turret, and I probably would have survived. Scratch that, I definitely would have survived. Unfortunately, that was the resultant of a lack of foresight. Ah, I didn't get that one, and I worked so hard for that master minion. Aha! See, you don't have to hit your Noxian Corrosive Charge every time in lane, just 60%, and it'll do wonders.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Deny minions, keep annoying champions out of your ire. Now, CSing with your Acid Hunters can be a difficult skill, because it's hard to predict which minion will be hit by it. So you have to be very deliberate in the way you aim it to kill specific minions, especially the ones in the center of a group. Okay, so she pounced in, and I recognized this opportunity as, well, I can just turn back, and I don't have Noxian Corrosive Charge at the time, but I can just pop Terra Capacitor and continue laying on auto attacks and Acid Hunters. Another successful Noxian Corrosive Charge. Eat my goo. So apparently some stuff is happening around the map. Their enemy Twisted Fate probably had some failed ganks down bot lane. She got the idea. She has post-traumatic stress disorder, you know, from last time I dived her. Except that maybe she doesn't. She underestimates my power. Okay, what am I gonna do? Right here, I think she's probably... Before I walked in here, I thought that she would have recalled by now, but for whatever reason, she didn't. So... Oh, right. Hold on. Okay, see this? I signal Nocturne. Do I have the chat up? I do recall myself doing this. But it's not working for whatever reason. So, anyway. I kept pinging her, and I told Nocturne that she is very diveable. At this point, he's looking to recall, but does he have his ult up? Oh right, he's over here. Ha. Yes, he does. So why not just dive her and pick up a free kill? I scare her away a little bit, maybe too much, but even so, she sticks around for the XP. That's completely understandable. She doesn't think I'll dive this far, and Lee Sin is nearby. But, aha! I have damaged her recently, so... okay, this is kind of important here. Nocturne was very low on health, so I immediately we were basically out of minions. Before the last one died, I took the tower aggro and did that by targeting Lee Sin immediately. That also took him pretty low, but that prevented the tower from targeting Nocturne, and so he was able to get away pretty much unscathed. Oh, Twisted Fate's looking to make something happen. And Lee Sin has... what does he have? Merely Tiamat? Well... I'm Urgot and... body block. Okay, I missed that sometime. Right, well... you'll notice that Twisted Fate used his pick a card ability on me instead of Nocturne. That wasn't a misplay, precisely, but see, Nocturne had used his spell shield and he had it up, so Twisted Fate decided, why not help Lee Sin? And I hope that was a yellow card, and hit Urgot with it. But Lee Sin already died, so yeah. Too bad. Now, earlier I picked up a brutalizer. I'm now using a pickaxe. This pickaxe can build into either the new Manamune or Last Whisper. And I generally want to go for Last Whisper first unless I upgrade, unless I hit the 750 mana threshold on Tear of the Goddess earlier. Because Last Whisper just increases your damage by so much. It's incredible. And very unexpected. You'll suddenly deal chunks. Anyway, I've got red buff. I also got Mercury Treads because, did you know, the new Nidalee sometimes builds Void Staff. It may be peculiar at first because she builds so much 80 damage, but her damage is primarily AP. It's peculiar, but it's the way it works. Additionally, it would help me against Twisted Fates, and they have a reasonable amount of CC, so Mirth Treads are pretty much the way to go. This, however, leaves me at 20% CDR, contrary to what I would be with Ionian Boots, 35%, and that would immediately allow me to use 4 Acid Hunters in the duration of 1 Noxian Crust charge. But ooh, this is important. Right. So sometimes you can take the white. Well, you can always just take the white camp by using your Noxian Corrosive Charge and Q and just consistently doing it over the wall. But it also really helps with vision, and this showed me exactly where Lee Sin was. I hadn't expected that he was there, but all of them. It's great for me. Now I recognize here that I can just completely turn this around. I deal more damage than the both of them, so why not? I ult Nidalee so that I can get closer to Lee Sin, so that I can get them both, of course. And then Lee kicks me away. Not like that's happening. I immediately flash over and finish him off. I love the impending doom element Urgot brings to the table. You just constantly E, Q, 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 but your enemy, if they can see it, they know that they're going to die. What's happening here? Whoa, camera haywire. Alright, so we decided to go for Baron because why not? And then the enemy team finds out because they had a ward over here, unless they just placed it. I don't know. Probably. It looks kind of like it. But they found out, so I immediately popped Ghost to chase. Unfortunately, I didn't have my ultimate, and they were kind of fast being Janna and Lucian. Hate the new Lucian, by the way. Although he's pretty fun. And so yeah, we didn't catch them, and I kind of wasted Flash. I mean Ghost, but that's perfectly alright. comes up pretty fast. Now I pick up Glacial Shroud. I usually don't do this. Well, I used to not do this at all, but now I generally pick up Glacial Shroud or Kindle Gem to bring me up to 30% cooldown reduction. I have 40% right now because I have blue buff.
Blue team's turret has been
Now
destroyed.
my team's being pretty good, very good in fact, sieging them up, and I arrive a little late. I finished my last Whisper, by the way, so that's going to give me an incredible amount of damage. And we all decide to stick around, even though there's a large wave in bot lane. So, why not do the whole charade? Caitlyn's taking red buff, but come on. That's just what happens, you know? What can I say? Urgot's a beast. Did you see that damage? Ooh, Twisted Fate's coming on. Come on, good. I walked a little into the turret to entice him to come a little closer. And with some extra damage. Nope. It was not to be.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
I say low, apparently. And my team is pinging buffs, particularly Baron. It seems that we're looking to recall. But Caitlyn and I, we're gonna stay. At least I think so. Maybe. Yeah. Right. So at this point, I've reached 750 charges, and I now have Mura Mana. That gives me another incredible damage spike. Now, what's happening here? Lucian's... Okay, they're utilizing the 3-1... 1-3-1 push. But, unfortunately for them, they... you know... on the first turrets.
Purple team's turret has been
So,
destroyed.
stuff's happening over here. And Caitlyn and I are pushing mid. That's very important. Because
Double kill.
inhib turrets are
Team's turret has been
much
destroyed.
more useful. Oh! Okay, I go completely ham here. Ghost in, ult Janna, and unfortunately have to run away as fast as I can, so I'm not able to get the last hit on Janna. And I was quite surprised that she ulted me into the turrets, but that's mostly due to me not being very familiar with Janna. Just not used to her.
Blue team's inhibitor
Right, so we
has
stick
been
around a little more, even though all 5 of them are up.
Blue team's turret
And
has been destroyed.
I'm getting the idea that they would like to chase us down. Caitlyn wants to fight them. Complete Rambo mode. I stay a little in the back end because I want to surprise them. I don't want them to know that I'm there, so that they'll get brash and try to do something. That happened with Nidalee, and she died. So they see that both of us are low, and why not, you know? So immediately I act as body block. Lee Sin comes in, and Caitlyn's really low. She needs the lifesteal. She doesn't have much to Doran's Blaze, but so I need to take the brunt of the blow. And I am able to take everything. And then, just as Twisted Fate comes in, I'm not able to undo any of the damage, or take away from the damage he deals to Caitlyn, but I do direct his attention toward myself, and I think that gets like one auto attack on me that might have finished Caitlyn. Oh, I'm walking through walls now. So yeah, you are a pretty powerful tank, so you'd better just tank up a little bit. Be protective of the little ones, you know? They matter
Purple team has slain
just
the
as much
dragon.
as you, if not a little less. I finished Frozen Heart because that gives me a bunch of cooldown reduction. I don't have blue buff anymore, but now I have 40% CDR. And that allows me to do everything more often. And they surrender! Wow, wow, wow. What happened to that victory screen? Law replay, you have forsaken me. Well, that was... I hope it was quite interesting. Stimulating, maybe. I hope this matchup has helped you. If you've got any questions, leave it in the comments. Perhaps, if you would like, I'll link the AMA and you can peruse. Someone corrected me on that. It's actually peruse, I hope they're right, instead of peruse. And you can check that out if your answer hasn't been already answered. If you're asking why Urgot, then let me just tell you, the Lady of the Lake, her arm clad in the purest shimmering samite, held aloft Urgot from the bosom of the water, signifying by divine providence that I, Urgot, Jumapapka, was to carry Urgot. That is why. Good day to you. I can't press continue. Oh, I did? Good. Alright, cool. Bye. Did it stop?